There's a reason the rumors never broke you. And no, it's not just because you're strong, it's because you're something far more dangerous than strong. You are truth incarnate, and the truth cannot be touched. Welcome, powerful soul. If you are a Scorpio or you carry Scorpio energy deep in your chart, then this message was not randomly whispered into your timeline. It was summoned by you. I want you to stop what you're doing, find a moment of stillness, and if you can place one hand over your heart, close your eyes, take a breath, hold it. Now exhale as if you were releasing everything that does not belong to you. Because what you're about to hear is not entertainment, it's remembrance. You see, Scorpio, there are things about you the world does not understand. And when people don't understand something, they fear it. When they fear it, they try to control it. And when they cannot control it, they talk. They whisper in rooms you've just left. They flinch when you enter with your unshakable calm. They call you intense, mysterious, too much. But they never say what they're really feeling. That you see through them, that your eyes cut through the masks they wear, that you make them face the truth they're not ready to accept, not about you, but about themselves. And so they run. But here's the secret. No rumor can ever bury. What is born of fire cannot be drowned by words. This is a message for the parts of you that have been misunderstood, silenced, twisted, or feared. This is for the moments you felt the heat of betrayal but stayed silent. For the nights you cried behind closed doors, wondering if anyone would ever see the real you. I see you, and not because I'm watching, but because I am you. Scorpio, you are not the sum of the stories others tell. You are the storm and the stillness, the shadow and the flame. You are the mirror the world fears to look into because it shows them the truth. And now, it's your turn to look in the mirror, not to doubt, but to remember. Because what comes next is not just healing, it's resurrection. It's the moment you realize that they never had power over you at all. Only your truth does. And it's time to return to it. Part 1, the echo of whispers. It starts in silence. A glance held 1 second too long. A pause in the conversation when you enter the room. A sentence that trails off when you walk by, and that strange, suffocating feeling in your gut that tells you, they're talking about me. But not to you. Never to you. That's the art of a rumor. It's a ghost, it never shows its face, but you feel it everywhere. Like smoke under the door. Like a scent you didn't invite into the room. And for Scorpio, who lives by energetic truth, it's worse than an attack. It's betrayal. You see, Scorpio doesn't just hear words. Scorpio feels frequency. And rumors carry a frequency that is sharp, icy, and dirty all at once. It sticks to your skin. And even if you say, I'm fine, your nervous system remembers the wound. Because rumors are rarely about what's said. They're about what's not said. They're about what people are too afraid to confront directly, so they bury it in whispers and backhanded compliments. Scorpio, you've lived through this more than once. You know how it feels when someone smiles in your face, but you can taste the venom behind their words. And here's what most people will never admit. Rumors are not about the target. They are confessions. They reveal far more about the person spreading them than the one being spoken about. So if you've ever wondered, why do they talk about me? Why do they always twist the story? Why do they say things I never said? Let me tell you the truth. The real reason your presence disrupts the illusion they've built around themselves. You shine a light on what they're trying to keep hidden. Your mere being exposes the falseness in others, not because you're trying to, but because truth is your default vibration. And when truth walks into a room full of performance, the masks begin to itch. And so the whispers begin, but here's what they never expected. They thought the rumors would crush you, that they would isolate you, dim your fire, make you doubt yourself. But they forgot one thing. Scorpio was born into the dark. You don't fear shadows, you master them. And every time someone whispered a lie behind your back, your soul was quietly transmuting that energy into clarity. You began to see who was real, who was scared, who was threatened by your power, and who was never meant to stand in your light to begin with. Because here's the truth, most people won't say out loud. People don't talk about what they don't notice, and no one whispers about what doesn't scare them. So if they spoke your name in small, tight circles, it wasn't because you were weak. It was because you were undeniable, too deep, too mysterious, too powerful to ignore. But I know, even power has a breaking point. Maybe you started to second-guess yourself. Maybe you started wondering, am I the problem? Maybe I am too intense, too much, too hard to read. Let me stop you there. You were never too much. You were just too true for a world that survives on pretending. And truth is not welcome everywhere. But it will always, always find its way through like a river under concrete, like flame beneath the ash. So here is your first life lesson, Scorpio. Life lesson number 1. Rumors don't define you. They refine you. They are the fire that burns away the false connections, revealing only those who can stand beside your truth without flinching. And now that the fire has burned through the illusions, what's left is not weakness. What's left is you, real, raw, resilient, more aware, more selective, and more devoted to your own voice than ever before. The rumors, they were just echoes. What matters now is the truth, and the truth is rising. Part 2. The secret mirror. What if I told you the rumors were never about you? What if every word whispered behind your back, every accusation laced with passive aggression, every sideways glance and false concern was actually a projection, a mirror, not reflecting your truth but theirs? Not showing you your flaws, but their fears. Because here's the secret that the world rarely dares to speak. What people say about you reveals more about what they're afraid to face in themselves. And for someone like you, Scorpio, someone born with X-ray vision for human nature, that mirror is always polished, always present, always showing more than they want it to. You feel people's lies. You sense their self-denial. You walk into a room and know instantly who's hiding, who's hurting, and who's pretending. But most people can't handle being seen that deeply, so instead of owning their shadows, they point at yours, even when yours is simply your truth. Let's break this down with brutal honesty. Why would someone spread rumors about you? Because you rejected a dynamic where you were supposed to play small. Because your silence made them uncomfortable. Because your eyes said I see you when they were desperate not to be seen. Because you didn't need validation and they did. To someone who lives in self-deception, your self-awareness is terrifying. So they build stories. Because if they can turn you into the villain, they don't have to question why your presence made them so uneasy. It's not about what you did, it's about what your existence exposed. Scorpio, here's what makes you so powerful and so misunderstood. You don't just speak the truth, you embody it. Even in your silence, even in your stillness. Your energy is confrontational, not because it attacks, but because it reveals. You don't need to accuse anyone. Your aura does the work, and the ones who carry guilt feel it the second they meet you. You've probably noticed this. Some people feel drawn to you instantly, like they've waited their whole life to feel seen. Others shrink, become defensive, or disappear as if your presence burns their illusions. That's not coincidence. That's the mirror at work. And those who can't face themselves in that mirror, they start talking. But here's the truth. No one can distort your reflection unless you give them the mirror. And Scorpio, you've carried mirrors your whole life. For friends, for lovers, for strangers who needed healing. You absorbed their pain, their secrets, their projections, because part of you believed it was your responsibility to help them see. But there comes a time in every Scorpio's journey where the mirrors must be returned, one by one, with grace, with silence, with sovereignty. Because you were never meant to carry the weight of their unhealed wounds. You were never meant to be the villain in someone else's story just because they were too afraid to face their own pages. You are here for truth, and truth never bows to fiction. Let's pause here. Close your eyes. Place your hand over your heart. and whisper this softly to yourself or in your mind. Their opinion is not my reflection. Their story is not my identity. I return their projections to them with peace. Breathe, because with that breath, you just reclaimed a piece of your soul. Life lesson number 2. Your power is not in proving who you are, it's in knowing who you are, even when others don't. This is a deep Scorpio truth, one that only the brave can live by. You do not need to defend your essence. You do not need to correct every lie. You do not need to convince the blind to see. Because the right people, the real ones, they feel your frequency, and that's enough. They know you without explanation. They trust you without proof. And when you walk into a room, they don't flinch. They bow. So, let them talk. Let the rumors swirl and spin. You Scorpio have better things to do, like rising, transforming, and preparing for the next sacred chapter of your evolution. Because what they meant to use against you, the lies, the judgments, the masks, will only fuel the fire that is already returning to your soul. And in that fire, something ancient is awakening. But we'll get to that in the next chapter. Part 3, the fire ritual. There comes a moment, not of breakdown, but of decision. Not when you collapse from the weight of what they said, but when you finally whisper to yourself, enough. Enough carrying their projections. Enough replaying the rumors in your head like a broken record. Enough analyzing why they said it, what they meant, or if it's somehow your fault. You've reached the edge. And this Scorpio is where the fire begins. There is a sacred truth about you that most will never understand. You are not destroyed by pain, you transmute it. You do not just survive the betrayal, you alchemize it into wisdom, intuition, and unshakable power. But here's the thing, even alchemy has a ritual. Even the phoenix needs a fire. And today that fire begins with a choice. I want to share with you a ritual I once performed in a season of deep spiritual betrayal. I had been the subject of whispers, not just once, but repeatedly from those I trusted, those I had helped, even those I loved. And at some point, my soul had absorbed too much. I could no longer distinguish between my truth and their poison. So I lit a candle, not for light, but for purification. I sat in silence. I took a blank piece of paper, and I began to write. Every rumor, every false accusation, every word that had pierced me like a dagger but left no visible scar. I didn't hold back. I poured it all out. Then I folded the paper with intention, held it over the flame, and watched it curl, darken, disappear. Ash. Just ash. And in that moment, Scorpio, I realized something breathtaking. Rumors are only fireproof if you feed them. But if you let them burn, they vanish. And so I pass this ritual to you. Tonight, tomorrow, or whenever you feel ready, find your quiet space, light a candle, take that piece of paper, and write it all down. Don't worry about writing it right. No one else will ever see it. This is not a script, it's a soul detox. When you've written it all, burn it. Slowly, sacredly. And as the paper turns to smoke, whisper this. I return these words to the void from which they came. They are not mine to carry. I keep only the truth, the love, and the fire that belongs to me. Scorpio, this is not just symbolic, it is spiritual surgery. Because here's what most don't know. Words are energy. Thoughts are energy. And energy lives in the body if not cleared. That's why you feel tired without reason. Why your chest tightens when you hear their name, why your throat goes dry when you try to explain yourself. You are not imagining it, you are processing spiritual warfare in silence. But not anymore. This ritual, however small it seems, is your declaration. You are done playing host to ghosts. Life lesson number 3. Releasing is not weakness, it is spiritual strength. Anyone can retaliate, anyone can scream, but only the wise, only the ancient souls, can choose release as an act of sacred rebellion. Because Scorpio, when you stop responding to noise, you begin to hear your own song again. And that song, it's powerful. It's primal. It's yours. You may still carry the scars, but now they shimmer like gold, like sacred tattoos of survival. The fire didn't destroy you, it revealed you. Because what rises from that ash is not a victim, it's not even a survivor. It's a living, breathing force of alchemy, and that is what they could never predict. They thought you'd break, but instead you burned clean. So light your candle, burn the words, feel the shift. Because in the next part of your journey, you no longer carry ashes, you carry flame, and the phoenix is just beginning to stretch its wings. Part 4, the rebirth. The ashes are behind you now, and for the first time in what feels like lifetimes, you're not running from the fire, you are the fire. This is not recovery, this is rebirth, a sacred, irreversible transformation, one that doesn't ask for applause, one that doesn't need permission, because you've already paid the price. With silence, with tears, with the aching weight of carrying truth in a world built on lies. But now, that burden becomes your crown. Scorpio, you are not just healing, you are becoming the version of you that the rumors tried to erase, becoming the voice that no longer whispers but resonates, becoming the storm after the drought, the wave after the stillness, the light after the eclipse. But here's the most important part. You're not returning to who you were before the pain. That version of you served its purpose, held space, survived the darkness. But the one rising now has wings made of insight and a spine forged in fire. This is your true self, not the one molded by fear, but the one revealed by it. You've likely felt it already. Your intuition sharpened, your energy field more discerning. The old triggers don't pull you in like before. The old games don't interest you anymore. That's not numbness, that's clarity. That's the gift the fire leaves behind, a purified version of truth uncluttered by the noise. You no longer need to explain your boundaries. You no longer bend so others can feel tall. You don't shrink yourself to be palatable. Because the ones meant for you, they won't flinch at your intensity. They will bow to it, not in submission, but in reverence. Let's pause here, Scorpio. Take a moment, close your eyes, place your hand over your heart again, and breathe deeply. Feel what has changed within you. You are no longer asking, "Why did this happen to me?" Now you whisper, "Thank you. Because of it, I have become me." That's when you know the rebirth is real, not when the pain disappears, but when it no longer defines you. Life lesson number 4, rebirth isn't about returning, it's about rising. It's not becoming who you were, it's becoming who you were always meant to be once the masks, wounds, and noise were burned away. Scorpio, you carry ancient codes in your DNA. Not everyone can understand your evolution, not everyone is meant to. Let them stare, let them speculate, let them wonder how you're still standing. Because the truth is, you're not standing, you're ascending. And the ones who doubted you, who mistook your silence for weakness, who thought the ashes were your ending, they will now witness something unforgettable, the phoenix. Not rising from death, but claiming its throne. Your voice carries weight now, your silence carries gravity, and your mere presence will shift the air in the room. Some will be drawn closer, some will pull away. Let both happen. Because your energy now acts as a filter, what is false will dissolve. What is true will remain. What is destined will arrive. You no longer need to force anything. The alignment speaks for itself. You are sovereign now, and sovereignty isn't loud. It doesn't beg, chase, or convince. It simply is. It walks in the room and changes everything without saying a word. You are that. So Scorpio, hear this and hear it well. You were never cursed for your intensity. You were chosen because of it. You were not too sensitive. You were wired for soul-level truth. You weren't broken by the fire. You became it. And now no rumor, no whisper, no lie can survive in your presence. because where you walk, only truth can breathe. And as you step into this sacred next chapter, you do so without apology, without fear, and without the weight of what no longer belongs to you. Your flame has been reignited, and now you're ready to love again, but not like before. Because the one who rises from fire only allows love that adds to their light. But that, Scorpio, is the beginning of our next story. Part 5. The real love. You didn't just survive, Scorpio, you returned to yourself. And now something beautiful is beginning to unfold. Quietly, gently, but undeniably. A new presence is approaching, not to complete you, not to fix you, but to walk beside the wholeness you've become. This is not the love of the past. This is not the infatuation that fizzled when you spoke your truth. This is not the connection that shrunk when your depth grew too loud. No, this is soul love. Here's the truth. Most never dare say aloud, real love does not arrive until you've chosen yourself first. And Scorpio, you have. You chose to stop proving. You chose to stop chasing. You chose to burn the false and hold sacred only what's true. And now the universe responds. Because love, the kind your soul has always whispered about, only comes to those who have passed through the fire and emerged unapologetically whole. This love will not fear your silence. It will not recoil from your scars. It will not try to manage your flame or interpret your stillness as distance. This love will feel like home, not because it's perfect, but because you won't have to hide anymore. You will be able to speak without filters, to feel without shame, to rest without guarding every edge of your soul. You won't be asked to explain your intensity. You won't be punished for your shadows. You won't be turned into someone else's idea of easier to love. Because this person, they'll arrive holding their own scars. They'll have met their own fire. They'll know what it means to break and rebuild. So when they look at you, they won't flinch. They'll recognize. You may still be wondering, but how will I know? You'll know. There will be no confusion, no guessing games, no overthinking. You won't have to decipher mixed signals or chase clarity, because real love speaks clearly. It won't rush, it won't pretend, and it won't demand you shrink to make it feel bigger. It will say in presence, in action, in tone, I see you, and I'm not going anywhere. Scorpio, you were never too much. You were simply waiting for someone who was finally enough for themselves, enough to walk beside you as equals, enough to hold space for your magic without needing to control it, enough to choose truth over comfort. And now that you've stopped chasing the illusion, you're open to receiving what is real. Let's anchor this now. Place your hand over your chest one more time. Breathe in slowly, and say this softly out loud or in your heart. I am worthy of love that honors my truth. I do not need to prove. I do not need to chase. I allow love to meet me in my power. Feel it, not just in your mind, but in your body. Let it echo through every part of you that ever begged to be seen. Life lesson number 5. The love that is truly yours will never ask you to dim your light. It will ask you to shine more. It will grow with you, not pull you back. It will hold space for your complexity, not ask you to explain it. It will celebrate your rebirth, not mourn the version of you they could once control. And above all, it will not rescue you, because you've already rescued yourself. It will simply arrive, fully present, fully willing, fully honest. And in its presence, you'll feel something sacred, safety. So if love hasn't arrived yet, don't worry, you haven't missed it. You're just being prepared to receive it without losing yourself this time. And when it comes, it will not knock softly. It will walk in like it's been searching for you in every lifetime. Because in many ways, it has. And the one who's meant for you, they won't need you to convince them. Your energy will do all the speaking. You are ready now, not to fall in love, but to stand in it, to meet it eye to eye, soul to soul, flame to flame. And when it arrives, you'll understand exactly why you had to walk through the fire first. Because only in the fire did you find the version of you who no longer accepts anything less than divine love. And now that's all that remains. The soul crown. Take a breath, Scorpio, not just a breath for your body, but a breath for your soul. You've walked through fire, you've burned illusions, you've sat in silence while rumors attempted to define you. But here you are, not broken, reborn. And now you wear something no one can see, but everyone feels. Your soul crown. It's not made of gold or jewels, it's made of stillness, resilience, and truth. Forged in moments when you stayed silent, not because you had nothing to say, but because you had nothing left to prove. This is your coronation, Scorpio, and it is sacred. No longer are you waiting for them to see you. You have seen yourself, and that is enough. The whispers, the rumors, the misunderstandings, they were never stronger than your soul. They simply revealed what you were always meant to reclaim, your truth, your peace, your sovereignty. This is not the end, this is the threshold, the place where your old self is thanked and released, and your new self is crowned not by others, but by your own becoming. If this message awakens something ancient inside you, it's because it was meant to. Here at the path to Buddha wisdom, this space was created for moments like this, for those who walk through shadows with courage and rise without asking for applause. So, if your soul was stirred today, comment below. What was the truth that hit deepest? Share this message with another Scorpio soul who needs it as a torch passed in silence, like not just as support, but as a seal of your transformation. And if you feel this space speaks your language, subscribe to the path to Buddha wisdom because your journey of awakening is just beginning.